Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. And we're going to take a quick break from the racing that we do normally bring you each week. And I thought it's time to revive the Let's Talk To section. This is just a little bit where we have a chat with one of the drivers. This time around, I feel quite lucky and privileged actually. I'm sat talking to one of our sponsors, and it's Mark. You and I and everybody else would know him as Hairypoppins or Hairy. So hello to Hairy. That feels weird saying that. Hello, Hairy.
Hi Mark. Thank you for having me.
No, it's fine. That sounds very weird. Hello, Hairy.
I know, such a unique name, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the first thing I want to ask you. Actually, where did the name Hairypoppins come from?
Well, it wasn't out of choice. Put it that way. My original actual nickname in gamer tag was actually Huntsman. Because I call my van's called Huntsman,
right.
Hunting for work, and ideally what I kind of like to use as metaphors is Huntsman, is I like to hunt the other drivers down if I'm quick enough.
Certainly quick enough.
I think I'd had a few too many sherbets one night when I was racing with another group, so I thought it'd be a bit funny to change my nicknames on GT7. One of them I can remember, I called myself Marmite. I was just basically messing around, but like probably a few, I forgot to read the small print that you only get 4 nicknames on GT7.
Yes.
And I was chatting away with my little boy Harry, and he actually come up with the idea. Said, "Oh, what about Hairypoppins?" I was just like, "No, we can't use that. It sounds silly," but we did put it in the group just for a laugh, and the group that I was racing with before thought it was really funny. I was just like, I'm gonna change it back because I'm Huntsman, only to realise that I couldn't then change it back. So
you've used all your opportunities up.
Because I'd used all my opportunities up, so it did become a bit confusing when I joined URL, because my nickname was Hairypoppins, my gamer tag was Huntsman, and my name was Mark on the group chat. So some of the drivers, when I first started, said, am I tripolar or something, because I've got so many different names. So I just thought, you know what, I'll just change gamer tag and everything. So we're all Hairypoppins, and you know what, it's actually quite grown on me. Actually, I quite like the name Hairypoppins.
I must admit, I'm quite glad you've stayed with it. I think it's a fantastic name. I think I've said that a few times in the comms when I've covered the races. I think it's a brilliant name, so I'm glad you stuck with it.
Oh, thank you. I haven't got much choice.
We're just watching you going around. I think it's Deep Forest actually from last week. We're just watching that.
Yeah,
promotion from League 4 to League 3. And yes. How are you finding that? How's you finding the step up?
It's a lot harder this time round because I've been with URL for probably about 2 years now. So before I did work myself all the way up to LAC. I mean, that's an incredibly difficult league. I'd probably say burnout, and then I was given the option to come back down again. I think in hindsight it can be a bit naivety. I thought going into League 4 was going to be an absolute walkover because you're literally like in the upper league. And
yeah.
It's that mindset of thinking, they're not as fast as us.
Yeah.
In the other league, so it'd be an absolute walkover. But I'll have to say that I was absolutely shocked and a bit embarrassed really, because every single driver in League 4 were absolutely exceptional.
Yeah,
I've got to say, yes, we've come up from League 4 up to League 3. A lot of the drivers from League 4 up in League 3 now, but it's an incredibly hard league.
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, I covered the races in League 4 last season, and the racing was absolutely phenomenal. It was probably some of the best racing I've covered.
Yeah.
Brilliant, and it's turning out that way now. Well, I've followed you up. I've sort of come along with you into League 3, and it's going that way now.
it's very quick. It's very quick drivers. You know, Frowney, Awaney. My heart kind of sank when I come down to League 4, and Waney was rejoining, and I was just like, oh no, because he's so fast.
Yeah. I think it's going to be. I think it's looking at all of the leagues, right from League of Champions. Obviously, they're in a class of their own, but from League One down, there's not a lot in it. I think you could put a League 4 driver in League One in League 4. It's the same throughout all of the leagues now. There are some amazingly quick guys in the league.
Absolutely, 100%. Because a couple, probably even like a year back, the leagues were all mixed up, weren't they? So you'd have really fast guys coming in mixed up with the slow guys, and they'd literally just shoot up through the leagues.
Yes.
But you're quite right in saying, that they are all very equal.
It's settling
down, which is great.
Well, talking of the racing, I mean, another question that I like to ask people, because it seems quite mixed for me. I always thought it was cut and dry, but wheel or controller? Wheel. And what's set up? What you got? Are you into the full rig with surround screens and all the gear, or is it like me? It's just bolted to a desk.
No, so I mean, obviously we all start out with a little desk, and I think my first ever wheel was a Thrustmaster T150. It kind of grew from there, but this over the last couple of years, so I've gone, I think when I upgraded to a Fanatec DD, and I had the Playseat Challenge share, because obviously I don't have a dedicated room, so it has to get folded away into the cupboard, but it wasn't really enough for me, so I then decided that I wanted to get rid of the DD Pro, and I bought a DD1.
What? Yeah.
And the chair, I changed it from the Playseat Challenge to a Trophy, and then I didn't obviously stop there. So then I decided I wanted to get the V3 inverted pedals for it. And I've been through quite a few wheels. I mean, a few of the guys in the leagues have actually got like the old wheels I had.
Do you know what? That's just popped into my head. I think I remember you saying that. I think I remember you saying, "Oh, I'm getting rid of this one. Who wants it?" And so you can't settle on one then.
Well, I have settled on one now. So it's the BMW. It's a GT3 M4 one. I think it is.
Wow.
Quite pricey, but it's the only wheel I've got left. So fantastic wheel. I can't fault it. It's absolutely fantastic. I think I do want to get another wheel. I was maybe looking at the Bentley one. That is rather pricey, but I'm saving up for that. So as long as I've got two.
The thing is, mate, if you can, do. That's what I say. So why not? It's. Is this your main hobby, or is there anything else that you do?
It's my main hobby. I play golf as well. So me and my son, we at the weekends, and especially during like the summertime, we have what's called a junior roll-up program. So a load of boys his age will all go up there on a Friday, and we'll teach them golf. Not only he obviously has lessons from the golf coach, but when I've got a bit of spare time, if it's not on the weekend, I'll go and play a round of golf myself. That's my other hobby. So yeah, sim racing is basically, I absolutely love it. I love sim racing to bits. I've always liked racing cars. Yeah.
You don't sit there in your Pringle jumper, do you, while you're racing?
No, I've got, I think I've got all like racing gear. So I've got the gloves, and I've got like Formula One racing shirts and that. But
I thought you were going to tell me you got a bloody fire suit as well. Then I thought, no, please stop.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I think that'd be a bit over the top, really, for sitting in your living room. But it's really good though, because I race in VR, so it immerses you. So the headset, the gloves, the whole shebang in the cockpit with the wheel. Like I said, I was saving up for the Bentley wheel, but I mean, if I'm in VR, I don't even see the wheel.
I was just about to say that, you don't see it, do you? But I mean, I've not tried VR myself. Everybody raves about it, and I will try it one day, but I'm not in that position.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
Quite a lot of people have said it is pretty good. Well, you sort of mentioned the golf. I mean, I was just going to ask you about, with the family life and especially running the business, do you get much time to practice?
What, golf wise, or
no, the racing? Well, all golf really.
Well, I mean, golf can be done at the weekends and stuff like that. So, and on your day where I haven't got off, I mean, you could have a great day playing golf one day, and then you go back up there a couple of hours, and then you'll be absolutely
I
terrible.
know.
So
I tried it once.
Practice wise, it's really track dependent. Let's say deep forest. I've probably had about an hour and a half. I'd probably say on average a week, I'll probably about 2 hours.
Well, you seem to be doing quite well. Just watching you go around now, you sort of started at the front and staying there. So.
Oh yeah, but this is one of my favourite tracks. So.
Well, that leads me right on to my next question. Have you got a favourite track and a favourite car, and obviously the opposite to that, have you got a least favourite track and car?
Okay, so my most favourite track is Dragons.
Yeah, which one? The Seaside or the?
Dragons Seaside.
Yeah.
That's the sort of track I've always loved that ever since it came out.
What about the reverse version?
No, not the reverse.
No,
Definitely not.
Not many people like reverse.
No. It's the normal way around is absolutely perfect. The Chicane of Death. You know, once you tame the Chicane of Death, it's actually not a bad track. I know it's nerve-wracking if you've got to go around 15-20 times, because that's the bit it's in your head, isn't it? It's like, okay, this bit's done, that bit's done.
Still get it. You can still get it wrong though, and the trouble with that Chicane of Death is, like you say, you do it 15-20 times, you've only got to do it wrong once, and it sticks with you then, doesn't it? It's the next 3 and 4 that hurt. What about car? Favourite car?
Well, my favourite car on here, it's got to be the GTR, but since I've been with URL, I haven't actually had a chance to pick it yet.
Oh, right, okay, yes. I mean, I'm sort of going to ask you about the Group 4. Do you like the Group 4s?
I do. Obviously a little bit slower than the Group 3s, but when the Group 4s, I don't see anything wrong with them. I mean, I've been in the NSX, I've been in the Porsche, the Ferrari's not too bad. I was actually quite surprised at how good this little Suzuki Swift is.
It is a great little car, isn't it?
It's a great little car. I was always a little bit apprehensive about, FF cars, because tremendous understeer. But I seem to have got on quite well with it, to be fair.
Yeah. You can chuck it about it a bit, can't you?
You can do, yeah.
Another question I wanted to ask, but you sort of covered it a little bit earlier on. I just going to ask you how long you've been with URL, and would you recommend a league to anybody listening?
Oh, 100%. You know, it's you can just have a mess around Thursday to Sunday in other groups, but ideally, if you're looking for a challenge and a good bunch of guys, and URL is definitely one to go for, because look at how much it's grown. Yeah. I mean, I think there was only about three or four leagues when I started, and I think they're looking at, what is it, a league 7 now? 7 leagues,
possibly a 7.
Yeah, so it just goes to show how popular it is, especially on the Sunday one, which is when most people are available.
Sunday the main one, but we've got the Tuesdays, Wednesdays.
Very busy.
Fridays, I think, yeah. And so, how long did you say you've been with URL? Were you a member and then left and then came back, or did you? Is that?
I think it's got to be at least 2 years, if not more. Probably about 2 or 3 years, because I remember my first teammate was Fitzy, and I was in Group 4s, and we were in the Porsche. But you're probably talking us either 2 or 3 years. I have been here for a while, but I think during the summer times I'm kind of like a bit less active because I'm working all the time. And
I think you were here when I joined, actually, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure you were part of it when I joined.
Yeah.
Which does seem a long time ago now. Good 2 or 3 years. Well, I've got to ask you actually.
Yes.
You are one of our sponsors, and why get involved? I mean, don't get me wrong, we love the fact you're involved in it, but what made you get involved as a sponsor?
The main reason is because I like sim racing. That's the main reason. I like sim racing, and I just like to help the group. So the admins and stuff like that. So for me, I know they've got me logos that are over the cars and stuff like that.
I was going to ask you about that as well. I bet that's weird, isn't it? Seeing your logo on all the cars around.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's quite nice as well.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing for URL to do for me to have the sponsors, especially on your replays, which is really nice. And hopefully, you know, it helps me out a little bit as well, because it gets my name out there. But obviously, I do it because I think URL is a great organisation, and I just want to help. Really, I'm not doing it for hoping that one of you guys is going to want air conditioning, but if you do, you know where I am.
Well, I might need it if my little office gets any more full of gear. I've got microphones and monitors and all sorts going, but I might need it. But I mean, don't get me wrong, we're glad you got involved, and I think the last season when you gave out the trophies was a fantastic touch. I think it really put a bit more of a competitive edge into it. I think it really got the guys concentrating, and it made the racing a lot better, knowing there was just that little bit of something at the end of it.
You know, we like to do things like that. So you know, we never look to see what we can gain out of it, but we always, you know what it's like in life. It's like we give if it puts a smile on somebody's face, it makes me happy.
Oh, I'm sure the guys that received the trophies had a big smile on their face. I saw a couple of pictures. I don't think everybody posted, unless I missed a few. But I think Bailey was chuffed. He got his, and
that looks nice, that one.
I can't remember who else won it, but I mean, I'm sure I speak for everybody within the league. We really do appreciate your sponsoring and the trophies as well. That was fantastic.
You're welcome, and I hope they enjoy them, and hopefully I might get to win one myself.
Well, I think it'll be quite a while before I do, but at least it gives me something to aim for. I think I'm going to have to. Well, I was thinking I'm going to drop down because I'm in League One for now, not for long, I'm sure. But even dropping down a few leagues doesn't guarantee you a win, does it? So, as we said already, but
exactly.
Harry, it has been fantastic talking to you. I'm really looking forward to following you this season. I'm covering League 3 myself. You're in League 3. So I think the rule of thumb will be with the commentators is we just follow the promoted guys. So I'll be moving up into League 2 next year, and I'm convinced you're going to be going there as well. So
you never know, Mark.
You don't know, but I am. You're a very quick guy. You're a great guy as well. It's been fantastic talking to you. And unless there's anything else you want to mention while I've got you.
I don't think so. No, other than the fact that I didn't tell you what my worst track is. The track I hated the most.
Yeah, so go on. See if it's the same as mine.
That's this season, and it's Bathurst, Mount Panorama. I absolutely hate that track, so don't expect too much from me at that one.
I'm not keen on it. I wouldn't say I hate it. Mine's the next one coming up, Interlagos. I hate Interlagos and Big Willow. Everybody knows I hate Big Willow. But Interlagos is mine. But yeah, Bathurst. Bathurst. I can understand that. Just too many walls to hit.
There's too many walls. It's quite a technical track, isn't it? But I think that probably coupled with my worst car, the car I least like, and that's got to be the M6. And Bathurst, I think I'd have to go and cry in a toilet or something. I know some of the guys love it.
Let's hope Alex isn't listening. He's the biggest BMW fan we know, isn't it? And we'd all be in the M6 if it was up to him.
I know we would, yeah. That's why I'm glad I'm not in his league.
Well, Mark, thanks very much for talking to me, and I look forward to seeing you out on track.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Mate. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.